Hello, I'm Myron. Brilliant. I'm the Executive Vice President of the U.S. Chamber in charge of international affairs. I know this is a very difficult time for global affairs, but let me just say on behalf of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, we are so delighted to be partnering again with the American Chamber and VCCI on the annual U.S. Vietnam Business Summit, our sixth summit together. I regret that personally I cannot be in your country. I love Vietnam. I wish I was there. But I do want to say thank you to the government of Vietnam for its strong support of this event over the past 5 years. I especially want to thank His Excellency Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh. We also have to give a special shout out to Ambassador Hakim Nak, who's a good friend of mine, who I know just returned to Hanoi. And of course, welcome in Ambassador Nguyen Quoc Dung, who has just taken up his post in Washington over just the past couple of weeks. Thank you for being here today as well. We appreciate the support of the U.S. government, including Ambassador Napper and his embassy team, as well as Undersecretary of Commerce for International Trade, Mauricio Lago, Assistant Secretary of State and former Ambassador to Vietnam, Dan Crittenbrink, and Deputy United States Representative Sarah Bianchi. Thank you all for participating in the conference. In addition, I really want to also thank my good friends, longstanding friends at the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, VCCI, and Chairman Kong. I, again, wish I was being with you. You are a longtime partner of the U.S. Chamber, and I also, of course, have to recognize our American Chamber of Vietnam, ably represented by John Rockhold, Jenny Foote, and Adam Sitkoff, who I've known forever. Let me start with the big picture. I'm here in Washington, D.C., amid an international crisis by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Yes, invasion it is. This invasion has challenged the nascent economic recovery in Asia and globally. It's challenging the rule of law. It's challenging the fundamental order of the rules-based international system. These are facts that we must all grapple with moving forward together. This event also comes at the time where the U.S. administration is working to articulate and execute an economic policy towards the Indo-Pacific region. As other speakers have discussed and will continue to discuss, this is an effort and a conversation which the U.S. Chamber has been intimately involved with from the very beginning. We firmly believe that the Indo-Pacific framework is an important component, not just for the United States in pivoting or increasing its profile in the Asia Pacific, but in the context of the bilateral relationship with Vietnam. This Vietnam-U.S. commercial relationship has been so impressive in recent years, with bilateral trade reaching $112 billion last year. In that vein, the U.S. Chamber and I personally want to make 4 points today. First, the majority of this is represented by U.S. imports from Vietnam. There's nothing wrong with that. We welcome your imports. We do not view a trade surplus or a trade deficit as an indication of success or failure of a trading relationship. However, we do want to see more market access and equal opportunity in your market. And yes, there are challenges that we have to overcome in that regard. We regret that the United States is not in CPTPP. We should be a member of CPTPP. And all my friends in the American business community would stand up and applaud that point. But while we have said repeatedly that we should be, we have optimism over the long term, but not the near term, that we can turn that around. But that doesn't alter the fact that Vietnam enjoys great access to the U.S. market and that the playing field needs to be leveled if the commercial relationship is to be sustainable. The second point I want to make, which I alluded to earlier, is that we fully believe that the Biden administration's Indo-Pacific economic framework has a number of elements that will bring positive benefits to both our countries. I know that some of these will be discussed today. In particular, we're focused on the issues of the digital economy and its central role in future economic growth, and in energy transitions, an area in which many ways Vietnam is exemplary. I know a number of you recently discussed these issues with John Kerry, President Biden's special envoy on climate change. Third, as we proposed in 2019, We believe that an enhanced trade and investment framework, or TIFA as it's commonly referenced, under which we could pursue discrete but meaningful agreements in specific areas, would benefit the commercial relationship substantially. And we're going to continue to make this case in Hanoi and in Washington. Fourth, we look forward to the U.S. ASEAN Summit in Washington at the end of this month, and to be hosting the Prime Minister Chin and his delegation during their visit. This will be a wonderful opportunity to continue these discussions, map out a path forward, and ensure our mutual prosperity together. Let me just say at the end, thank you so much for doing this conference with us, to my good friends at VCCI and to the AmCham, and of course, our friends in government. We want nothing but prosperity and mutual benefit to this relationship. We wish you all the best for the summit. And next year, we promise to be there in person. Thank you very much.